We had a rally in Washington, D.C. on Saturday, November 2nd, 2019, and I was there. It's now Monday. And during and immediately after the rally, even into last night, people were commenting about whether or not it was a success or a failure, and there's different opinions out there. I'm not going to call it either. Being a pessimist by nature, my description might make it sound like I'm calling it a failure, but I'm not. But I'm not willing to concede that it was a success either. There are some out there that think that the number of people out there that get seen, that get counted, it's not an important factor for these rallies, but I disagree. The more people that are seen out there, the more it shows that there are more of us out there than what the other side think. There are more of us out there that are potential voters that the politicians need to see. There's a silent majority in our community. There are lots of people that don't want to be seen. They don't want people to know they have guns. These are your friends. These are your coworkers. These are your neighbors. These are family members that maybe stay silent on their feelings, their opinions, their beliefs about the Second Amendment, and they may not want to be seen at a public event. I get that. But the more of us that the other side sees, the more they're going to realize they're losing potential votes and that we are out there and we are a presence. And the more of us that are seen out there for those that are staying silent might inspire them to actually be present next time and to help make a difference. I'm not going to call the rally a success based on what happened. I'm going to call the rally a success based on the next rally. Let's take the lessons learned from this rally. The people who organized it out of their own pocket, and they're not familiar with how to do this sort of thing. You could tell by just the way people didn't know how to talk into the mic. There were people out there that probably never spoke publicly before. There were some that have. And I commend them for their efforts. And I think this is a good stepping stone and it's a good learning lesson. They didn't want to have it backed by one big gun organization or a couple big gun organizations. They wanted to do it grassroots, and I don't see anything wrong with that. But I think they need to take a look at what happened, and especially with the numbers of people that showed up. And there was room for more people. And even though there was an event going on in Washington, D.C. that weekend, it wasn't as crowded as everybody's saying. I did not see 2,000 people at this event. And I think there could have very easily been a lot more than 2,000. I think people were shied away from doing it. And I think that next time we're in the nation's capital, we need to have a larger presence. And I think that what happens at the next rally will give me the information I need to gauge whether this rally was a success or a failure. If we get more people at the rally, if the same speakers and more come back, if it gets more traction sooner, the information gets out there on more through more avenues than what we had. If we give people more time to plan for the rally, I think it will be a better the next time. And at that point, I will call this a success. But if less people show up, less speakers show up, some of the same speakers don't come back, then I'll call it a failure. And that's just my opinion. Take it for what it's worth.